What's up guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Arcade. My name is Jordan, and today we're going over the date spam exploit in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield and what you can use it for. This is going to be a short one guys, but it's going to be incredibly valuable to your experience of Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield if you're okay using exploits. You're going to be able to use this exploit for grinding experience candies, getting rare Pokemon, Gigantamax shiny hunting, see our shiny hunting guide for more info on that, weather manipulation to help you complete your Pokedex, as well as money grinding by watt grinding. So let's jump into it. At its most basic level, this glitch is something you're going to be able to pull off simply by coming here into your Switch's date and time settings, turning off synchronized clock via the internet, and coming down to date and time, and manipulating it so that you can go to whatever day you want to go to. For instance, I'm going to go to June 1st to illustrate how this can be used to help you manipulate the weather, because there is a way to manipulate the weather based on specific dates that are always the same, in the wild area of course. 6-1 happens to be fog, which you unlock post-game. You come back into your game and you can see the weather change to the fog. Pretty cool, right? There's ways to manipulate the weather to help you out when you're playing Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield based on specific dates that are predetermined, I assume at Game Freak, maybe by Nintendo, but by someone who programmed the game. Shout out to Cerebi.net and Joe Merrick for helping me with this chart that I have on screen. As you can see, on February 1st, there will always be a snowstorm in the wild area, and on March 1st, there will be an overcast. On April 1st, there will be a sandstorm, which is locked to the mid-game. I think after the 4th or 5th gym, sometime in mid-game, you'll be able to get it. Chances are, you want to complete the game before you complete your Pokedex anyway, and that's where this is primarily useful, but I'll try to note that where I can. On May 1st, there will be normal weather. On June 1st, here, there will be fog. On July 1st, there will be intense sun. October 1st is raining. November 1st is thunderstorm. And December 1st is snowing. This is very helpful since certain Pokemon only show up during certain weather, specifically in the wild area, which is where you can catch a lot of Pokemon for your decks. To use this exploit to farm rare raid dens, or any amount of raid dens, as well as watt farming and shiny Gigantamax hunting, you're going to need a wishing piece, which means you're going to need to start with at least 3,000 watts. But then you come to any watt trader. The easy ones are the ones right next to Motostoke and Hammerlock, since they all have wishing pieces, and you just purchase some. I don't have any, so we'll go ahead and pick one up so I can demonstrate this. There we go, got my wishing piece. Moving on. To use this exploit for getting specifically a rare raid den, you simply need to find the den that you would like. In order to see the specific tables, I recommend looking them up again on Cerebi.net. Joe's done a fantastic job over there of making sure that we can figure out what Pokemon we're looking for and where they can be found. So you'll want to come to the den, pick up your watts, and then go into your options and make sure that you have turned on slow text speed and turned off autosave. You can see it's significantly slower. Go ahead and save your settings and then do a hard save right here in front of this raid den. I don't know why I was struggling for that. So it'll say there doesn't seem to be anything in the den. Do you want to throw in a wishing piece? And you will say yes. It'll ask you if you want to save. We're going to say yes here, but I'm going to talk about it first. So there's going to be 2 lines of text in the saving prompt. And what we want to do is we want to watch this den to see what color raid beam comes out of it before those 2 lines of text end. And if it's a rare den, excellent, we're done, we've got our rare den. But if it's a regular den and we don't want a regular den, then we will have to hit home and close the game and load back in. Real quick, I'll demonstrate, and then if I don't get a rare den right away, I'll cut back when I have the rare den. So you'll hit yes, and this is why you want slow text speed, because you have plenty of time to X out and close your game. So while we're loading back in, I'll just quickly say that the reason you want to use a wishing piece for this method rather than going to a raid that already has one once we get to the date spamming part is because if it's a regularly spawned den, it will move around every time you change the date, but a wishing piece den will always stay where it is. So I'll see you guys back here in just a second once I found a rare den. So I just happen to have had a rare den already spawned with this method that I decided to go to save some time, but usually this will take you anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes if you're really unlucky. There's about a 10% chance when you throw in a wishing piece, you're gonna spawn a rare den, which beam will look like this. It'll be pink and purple, whatever you want to call it, it'll have the swirling vortex around it. These usually have higher level Pokemon, stronger Pokemon, rare Pokemon, and if you want Gigantamax Pokemon and you've identified that den specifically, you can only get them with these rare beams. Unless it's a promoted Gigantamax Pokemon, I'll go ahead and point that out. Those are in regular beams, not rare beams, in case you're hunting for those. So once you've identified a beam, that's where the date spam glitch is going to come in handy. You'll come in and you'll see what Pokemon it is, and if it's not the stars you want or the Pokemon you want or anything like that, you just have to hit invite others, and once it's loaded, you will come out here to your settings, down to your date and time in your system settings, and you will roll 1 day forward, hit your home button and go back into your game and hit quit. You'll tell it to stop looking for participants, and because this is a semi-online feature, you've now tricked your game into thinking you're a day in the future, and you will recollect your watts and open back up to a different raid. And that's how you can go through all of the rare raid spawns until you get the one you want without having to keep throwing in wishing pieces. By doing the save trick we did previously until we found this rare beam, we only had to use one wishing piece, only 3,000 watts. And now I'm here and I can keep going until I find my rare Pokemon or my Gigantamax Pokemon I want. A Gigantamax Pokemon will have a 5% chance of spawning on a rare beam if the raid is 5 stars. It can take a little while. I think I've had some happen within 10 tries and then some happen within 3 or 4 hours. I'm not sure the number of tries, but it'll happen and it's not that difficult. Again, you'll want to hit invite others, and while it's doing the invite others, you will go and change your date and then quit and reload. You want to go into your Ycom and make sure you're not connected to the internet. You want to make sure that you're on local internet, which you can see on your home screen with the L icon next to your Wi-Fi bars. This trick is also how you farm watts, especially in post-game, because you get 2,000 watts every time you click on a rare den. So watch what happens when I roll it forward if you didn't already note. You can come down to date and time, go to June 3rd in my case, go back in and hit quit. And it's pretty slow. At this point, by the way, you can speed your text back up if you want. I just happen to have forgotten to. And I collect another 2,000 watts. That's how I'm at 838,000 watts. And that is an insane amount of watts. And a pretty decent turnout once you have that rare beam. Once you've got the rare beam, you're pretty much good to go. I want that Zigzagoon to go away. And then you will ride your way up here. You know what, guys? We're actually just going to... wrong button. We're going to... warp our way up to Hammerlock is what I'm trying to say, but I'm struggling here with my controller. Warp up to Hammerlock, and you'll want to go to all the watt traders in the wild area and see if any of them have a luxury ball. This is how you get your money from this watt farming. This guy doesn't happen to have them, but they all sell a different type of ball on different days. Check them out, check all of them each day until you find one with a luxury ball and you have a lot of watts, and buy a ton of them because they're 100 watts each, but they sell at 1,500 a piece, which means with 2,000 watts in the post game, you get 20 luxury balls, which will sell for $30,000 at any Pokemon Center. And that is how you can come to my league card and see that I have got 1.4 million, and that's pretty low for me these days. Imagine how many I could buy with my 838,000 watts. It is insane and a great way to get money. Alright guys, that is going to be it for the video today. That's going to be how you get your rare raid dens, how you get your Gigantamax Pokemon, how you watt farm, how you experience farm, as well as how you get your money farming. And I think that you're going to be able to make a lot of money with this. You're going to be able to find a lot of rare Pokemon. And in case you guys were confused about the experience farming, I'll elaborate real quick. Because you can get the rare spawns and manipulate what you get, you can control what will give you higher experience candies. And you also now know that you can roll your date forward to re-roll any raid. It doesn't have to be a wishing piece raid. You can re-roll a regular raid and it'll move the raid but give you a different Pokemon if it's too hard to beat, to help you keep grinding raids for experience candies. If you guys have any more questions or want any more tips or have any concerns about Pokemon Sword and Shield, drop them in the comments below. Smash the like button if this was helpful, if you enjoyed, and make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications if you guys want to get more awesome guides and more awesome Pokemon content. I've been Jordan, this is the Pokemon Arcade, and we'll catch you guys back here next time. Peace.